free a bunch, but they know exactly what route to go to.
All right, here we go. What's up, guys, man? SimFBallCritic here. You probably can't see me because there's not a whole lot of light, but we have Larry Richart here. He's a designer on Madden 16. And do something a little different. Instead of asking a lot of questions, I'm going to let him talk about one of the features, what he worked on, and, you know, mainly the quarterback stuff. So we'll go ahead and let him speak, and we'll ask a few questions, and we'll keep this relatively short. So definitely, Larry, man, go ahead and tell us about, you know, exactly what was done in the quarterback area.
Okay, first just started off with the movement, completely revamped it from scratch, from the pocket movement to adding a new rollout mechanic. So now if you just tap right trigger, you go into what we call rollout state, where the quarterback stays in a controlled state, and then you'll get much better pass accuracy versus when you're in scramble state and you're just sprinting, you're doing that. It's a lot harder to throw versus doing this. So it's one reason to really try to, you just want to get outside the pocket, buy a little more time, go into rollout, and you can throw a much more accurate pass. We've also revamped some pass mechanics, some new ones with the high pass, the low pass, and the touch pass. So you hit the LB for a high pass, L trigger for a low pass, and then a double tap for a touch pass. And each of those have specific scenarios, but you want to use them. You know, if you want to throw a fade in the end zone, you can just double tap, throw a nice little double tap, throw a high ball to the back of the corner to Calvin. If you want to throw, you know, a curl route, for example, linebacker's right there, you can hit LB and throw it low so only your receiver can get to it. So those really help tie in with the wide receiver DB with the two-man catches, and, you know, putting the ball up in certain spots where your guys can go up and get it. Also, we have a brand new handoff system. So all the handoffs now are completely mocap from scratch, from start to finish, from the quarterback to the handoff. They're seamless. They time out really well with the blockers. Instead of having some kind of, you know, popping animations, the quarterback can kind of turn and slide, and the ball would warp. Everything is really seamless now. The play action, same thing. We've also now, on like play action bootlegs, for example, if you hold the direction the quarterback is exiting, he's going to stay in rollout. So if you want to have, you have a flat route, a corner route to that side, he's going to be in the proper state, so you can flip it out to him and throw an accurate pass. CPU quarterbacks, we've totally,
that was gonna be my next question.
Yeah, we've totally done a lot of work on that side. You know, watching a lot of people here playing against CPU, it's a whole new ball game. Especially playing some elite guys, you know, the Peytons, the Bradys, the Drew Breeses, Aaron Rodgers. They're going to give you challenges. We created a new tool that we have new AI system set up for them, and they, you know, really challenge you when you're playing those games.
Yeah, man, I can contest to that because I've seen it. Of course, you guys know when we go down, but you're definitely seeing it here. Now, I know one question that I'm going to get. The inaccuracies, first of all, it looks like they're playing out the way they're supposed to. So, a question I would have on the run, when you pass, are you going to see a huge difference in guys who should be able to do that versus a guy that can't?
Yeah, I mean, it's real ratings basis. It takes a throw on the run rating, and then there's also a factor of where you're throwing. So if you're and again, if you're in rollout versus scramble, that's another hit. So if you're in rollout, you're in a more controlled state, and you're throwing in the direction you're rolling out, you should have a good chance based on your rating. But if you're scrambling and you're throwing back across your body, it's going to be much more difficult to complete those passes. So
that's good to know. I guess the only other thing I would mention that these guys probably don't know, which I know about, is what about the quarterback evade stuff? Are you going a little bit into that, what you guys did there?
Yeah, again, with some of the movement we've done, we've added some, you know, back shoulder turns. When you're in the pocket, you want to evade the Tony Romo style, you know, what he did against J.J. Watt. Now, there's a mechanic in the pocket, evade move, you right slick down, and then he'll flick away, and he'll turn and do a back shoulder, and you can actually blend that into the rollout, and it looks really good, and you can get outside the pocket that way.
All right, I guess the biggest question I've been getting ever since you guys announced body relative throws and all of that, they want to know, can you throw back shoulder passes?
So you can, yes, and a lot of times it's going to help trigger the two-man catches. So it's really, you kind of hold down and right on the right stick during the pass lead, and it's going to throw it to a certain spot. It's only going to be on streaks and fades and wheel routes, and primarily it works really well in the end zone. That's the best spot, and you'll use the high ball mechanic too, and you can kind of put it back, and then you'll get some scenarios where the DB's kind of out in front, and the receivers kind of got to reach back over them. So
good enough. Well, there you have it, guys. Like I said, do something a little different, man. Let him explain one of the features in the game versus just talking about the whole spectrum. So like I said, man, he's the resident quarterback, Larry Richart. Check him out if you don't know who he is. And is there anything else you want to tell him?
Just August 25th. That's the day. We're excited about it.
There you have it. Well, all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and sign off here. On behalf of SimFBallCritic and Larry Richart, we'll catch you later.